Hi guys, you guys know that I usually come in here to plug you for wigs, but I'm not here for that. I have a message from God and I have to send this message. This is the third time I'm trying to record and I don't know what's going on, but hopefully this one works. Okay, it seems like it's working, especially with the timer. Okay, let me get straight to it. There is going to be the 3 days of darkness, right? And this is survival for the people that are left behind. Okay. My words are not gonna come out perfect, okay? Because English is not my mother tongue, but whew. The 3 days of darkness, guys, is gonna happen sooner than we think. And when it does happen, for those who are left behind to experience it, these are the guidelines from God. Okay, this is what I saw. It was during the day. Everyone was busy doing their own things. It was a normal day. And I was driving with my mom. And we saw something strange in the sky, the moon. Okay, the moon just appeared out of nowhere. And it started changing form, changing shape. Okay. Everyone stopped when this happened. Everyone stopped driving, everyone stopped working, everybody came out. So the world was at a standstill, or wherever I was, it was at a standstill. We all came out to see what was going on with the moon. And the sky started changing. And when that started happening, people started panicking. I was shocked, but I wasn't panicking. Okay. My mom disappeared into thin air because everyone was panicking and running around. She just disappeared. Okay, so I knew that I needed to go, stop whatever I was doing, and go straight home to my family and my husband. Okay, and eventually I get there, and people were just not believing that it's the 3 days of darkness. When it dawned on me, actually, what happened was phones stopped working, the internet stopped working. I tried calling my people, and the phones weren't just working, it wasn't going through. And then I rushed home. I don't know how I got home because there was a lot of traffic, cars weren't moving, but I rushed home. And when I got home, I found my people at home. I gathered them together and I told them, guys, this is the 3 days of darkness. And they didn't believe me. And there was no time for me to get frustrated or to sit down with them to explain, because we had not stocked up on food, clean water, because I don't know why in the dream, but when we tried to pour water in our empty water bottles, something stopped me and I had to tell my family that stop pouring this water because it's contaminated. We couldn't buy food because our cards, network, nothing was working. People were still going out on about their day. People were drinking. People were just continuing with life. And this was very serious, okay? Because there was no time to get food and we didn't have food and water. We just needed to get to a safe place where we could, I would say, hide, okay? Where we could hide. And I remember we needed to lock up We needed to lock up because, shoo, we needed to lock up because it was getting dangerous. What I did notice is the 3 days of darkness wasn't, for what I saw, wasn't the sky turning dark. No. It was basically no internet, no food, no water, and we needed to survive. Okay? And we needed to repent. Actually, that was the first thing that in my dream came to me, that I need to tell God's children to repent. All God's children to repent. And because they weren't listening to me, because they weren't listening to me, I don't know why I didn't get frustrated, but I just started repenting and praying for my family and for people who weren't believing me, because this was actually happening. And people are panicking, people are looting, people are dying, people are hitting each other. A lot was going on. So guys, please repent, because when you are left behind and you're going to experience the 3 days of darkness, you have to stock up on food and water. You have to make sure that you are locked up in a safe environment. You need to make sure that you repent, because prayer at that time is going to come late, because everyone is going to be panicking. So please, this is going to happen sooner than we think. And when it does happen, don't panic. Just go straight home. Make sure that by now you are just buying tin stuff, buying water little by little, so that when it happens, we are all able to survive. You and your family is able to survive. But the one thing that you guys will be able to survive on is God. So let's repent, guys. Let's repent. I'm also speaking to myself. Let's stop being lukewarm Christians. Let's go out there and tell people about God, because when this happens, some people won't have knowledge of what is happening. We do. So let's make sure that we warn others. And yeah, that's all I have to say.